दोस्तों नमस्कार। मैं आपका दोस्त योगेश कुमार शर्मा आपकी अपनी चैनल 365 सक्सेसफुल बिजनेस आइडिया में आपका स्वागत करता हूँ। टुडे अवर गेस्ट इज ओशिना जी। ओशिना जी इज फाउंडर ऑफ मॉडर्न मैथ। शी इज जस्ट 28. She started this business around 2 years back. In 2 years, she has did lot of things in this business that she is willing to share with us. So we will be knowing today like how this modern purse and the fashionable product business work. So let's welcome her. So welcome Oshina ji. Namaskar.
Thank you so much. Namaskar. I'm really honored to be invited by you. I hope you all are fine. Everyone who's watching is fine. What do you want me to tell? Do you want me to talk about myself?
I want Oshina ji like how was your childhood like, and what is your education background, and like what is your family background? If you tell little bit about your past, it will be better.
So I am a single child. I've been born and brought up in Delhi. Entire schooling, education has happened in Delhi. And I have a single mother. So, while growing up, I had a lot of, thoughts on my mind that I wanted to do something of my own. And we had a very patriarchic, society. I grew up in a very patriarchic environment. So that pushed me even more to, pursue something of my own. And I went on to pursue NIFT, textile design degree in NIFT. After that, I worked for a year in an export house, and while working over there, I got a lot of exposure. So I ended up saving a lot of money from there. And since I told you, I always had a gist for starting something of my own. After 1 year, I saved the entire money, and then I started my own venture. I have another business partner with me, so we made a small setup in Delhi, and we've been doing great. But childhood key, if you talk about just childhood, then I'm a single child, and I think I give all the credit to my mother, who's raised me on her, on her own,
Yeah.
and she's pushed me a lot.
So like you was alone. So what kind of game, like maybe childhood game, like what you do? Like you're maybe alone, right? Most of the time, what do you do?
So because I was alone all the time, I used to have pets. I used to have a lot of pets. I don't think we've had any single month in our house when I didn't have anything. And I've had dogs, cats. I've always been into adopting animals since the beginning, trust me. And probably that is one reason why when I grew up, I actively started volunteering in a lot of animal welfare activities. And when I started my own business, so I kept that thing on my mind. So I always try to keep my products animal cruelty free. We always use vegan items in our products. So while growing up, I don't think I played a lot of games. I didn't really go out that much. I was a very indoor child. But yes, I always had the company of a pet with me. So I used to play with my animals, my pets a lot.
Understand. Even like my kids also like so much. Like although we not yet got chance to have them, but like my kids they desperately want it. Like they put in a goal chart. They want like that.
You should get a pet. They'll teach you. I think you also will become fond of having a pet around. It's just having another child. It's an added burden, I must say. My mom is always, going crazy. But I think they just lift up the entire mood of the house. They just do that.
Good. Nice, Oshina ji. So let's start. Like, what do you do? What is your business? And like, how you got that idea? So tell about your business.
So, since I told you, I was always, I'm a design student. So, the inclination was always towards a design-oriented business. And, having a textile design degree gave me a lot of exposure when it comes to, designing with surfaces. And in our center, I have graduated from NIFT Gandhinagar. So, NIFT Gandhinagar is known for accessory designing, in fact. So, I got a lot of exposure of accessory designing also. We had small workshops in our colleges. We interned with a lot of big names in the industry. So we got a lot of exposure in that area. And I always knew that, in the coming times, people will switch to shopping online rather than retail. Back in the day, we didn't know, COVID will come and pandemic will happen. But in my head, I knew that, e-commerce is something that will boom. with the increase in technology. And I think when I started working for the export house that I mentioned, I started feeling there are a lot of designs. There is a niche in the Indian market which has not been tapped. So I researched a lot for about 3 to 4 months before leaving my job, and I worked on the research when it comes to raw materials and how much the costing would require, what would be the setup like. So did a lot of research on that. And then eventually, when I was very sure, I was confident that this is something that I can, definitely work on. And I have enough money with me right now so that I can at least begin it. That's when I, left my company and I started this.
So when you started your company?
I started in February of 2019. And
Okay.
if you do the maths, I think I started the research bit of it for this company in about March of the previous year. So probably March of 2018 was the time when I actually thought, I need to start something on my own. And I started working and researching while I was at the job. So I used to go for sourcing, on Saturdays and Sundays when I was not working, and speak to a lot of karigars, artisans, get some samples made just to see, what would be the overall costing like, what is the quality issues we might be facing, all those sorts of things. So that I did while I was doing my job, but on weekends. And when the research was finally, completed, that's when I left my job. That was in so I left my job in October, and it took us about 3 to 4 months to actually launch in February.
So when you say like means designing, so what is your product? Can you tell about your product? See, I am not from the background which you are, or maybe I'm sure like some of our viewer also not matching with you. So like, can you tell like what exactly product you have? Like what product you make? Like 1 or 2 product?
So to break it down, we all know about bags, right? We all know about handbags and sling bags and things like that. That's what we actually carry. उसमें आप कुछ भी डालो per se. You want to carry your normal things. You want to carry your laptop. You want to carry your lips. So the bags are basically, when we started, we tried to keep the look very offbeat. Bag, you can use like a normal regular bag only, but the look of it would give you an edge over someone else. With Modern Myth bags, basically, when you carry a bag like Modern Myth, people would definitely turn twice and just look at you that what are you carrying? This is something I've not seen before.
Yeah.
And we've not.
I seen your one bag, and it is amazing actually. I seen your one bag. It was some like green design on that on bag. On your website, I seen it is amazing bag design. Nice.
Thank you.
What you are saying is correct.
So
yes.
yeah, I mean that was the whole point, that we wanted. It is a bag. It is a regular bag. You can use it. You can put exactly the same number of things and probably more than that in that bag, but it will look different. The style is different, one. Secondly, we've kept, if you see all the brands that are actually there, the famous brands that are already in the businesses, decades, probably 10, 20, 30 years, there is either an affordability factor, either the designs are pretty, like if you go in the pretty section, if you go for the best selling bags, they're not affordable to a lot of crowd. There are people who would, pick up something off the shelf and keep it back because they cannot afford it. So, that used to trigger me a bit, that why can't people be actually buying something? Why can't we get those designs in their affordability? And we also kept in mind, when I was growing up, when I had a thing for bags, I also, like I told you, I'm an animal lover. So I hated the fact that those bags that I liked used to be made out of leather. And leather is something, as an industry, which is very cruel, which I don't appreciate the leather industry at all, being a designer myself.
So
to launch something which was animal cruelty free, which would do the work, which would be affordable, and which would be available for everyone. So e-commerce was something which really helped me, because while I'm sitting in D, I am able to sell my bags, anywhere I want. And we have clients not only from Delhi, from tier 1, we have clients from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So, that gives a good feeling that, you are available for them.
Yes. Good. So you do basically a innovative product design. Basically, you do. So design part you yourself do, or you are having a pupil those who do for you?
No, I take care of the designing bit of it. Since the starting, I like to be involved in the designing process. That is something I really like. But yeah, we have been getting a lot of internship inquiries for a very long time now. So probably if everything goes fine, if there is no second wave, third wave, then definitely I would want to have an intern.
So since it is design part, so you may not need office or something, right? You can start this activity from your home only.
Definitely. For designing bit, if you want to get in the details, designing can be done, a sketch. Or
Yes, sketch.
when it comes to me, I designed on Photoshop, on the software. So I could, figure out, okay, isme ye change karna hai. Probably I can try 10 more colors and see what can work, what cannot work. We can see all those things on the digital thing. Eventually, when I used to like a design, like if I start with a design, I usually make at least 5 to 10 different variations of that design on the digital screen itself. And when I end up liking it, I also take feedback from a lot of people, within my circle, my partner, everyone. And I always ask them, is there something you think should be added, something need to be removed? I take opinions from people. And then finally, when we are very sure about something, that is when we start the sampling process. In the sampling process is there when you need a headmaster, and you need to shortlist what is the material that needs to go, if there is any change which I cannot see on the digital screen, but it is difficult to execute actually by the person who's going to be making the bag. So, we have to keep all those things in mind. Sampling is one stage जहाँ पे थोड़ा time और लगता है. You have to get into the details. आपको functionality देखनी पड़ती है bag की. Because design बाहर से अच्छा लग रहा है. But if you're talking about a bag, then people have to use it. So you have to see what is the material, is it going to be durable, कुछ खराब हो सकता है, long run में क्या चलेगा, all those changes we do during the sampling stage. And then when the final product is ready, we use it again. So I use all the bags that we make, and we use it for at least 1 month or 2 months. We give it to our friends and family. We take their feedback. Is there something that was going wrong? Let us know, and then finally we launch the product.
Okay, Oshina ji, I'll tell you what we are doing on this platform, so that see, our aim is our upcoming generation. So young generation, what coming behind you, and they want to learn something from you. Actually, they may want to come up in a similar kind of business, or they are still thinking. They maybe your junior from your college or some other college. They are still thinking what to do, what not to do. So what is our aim here? With this channel, what we want to say, if they can learn something from you, so that is what our aim is, so that we can somehow, even if one person, if we trigger in their mind, and if he or she get benefit from your story, so that that we will feel fulfilled kind of thing. So that is what our full aim is. So what I understand till now, what you told is we need to have of course the designing knowledge and experience. You had studied from NIFT, so that is one of the prestigious college in the our country. So you did that one. So apart from learning, if someone want to start a similar business, what he has to do, what will be first step to start this kind of business, what we are doing?
When it comes to a business like mine, there are 2 ways to go about it. Ek hai that you probably do your own setup. So you need to calculate what is the amount of money you have with you, so that you can put it as an investment. Because अगर आप खुद का setup कर रहे हो, lot of investment is added, when it comes to machinery.
How much investment you did, or how much investment is
when
required?
We started, like I said, I have another business partner, so we chipped in 3 lakhs each. So we started with 6 lakhs of business, and in 6 lakhs we were able to buy machinery, recruit 4 people, including a headmaster. So there was one headmaster, there were 3 artisans who used to work under him. We used to obviously invest in raw material as well, so that was also covered in that. When it comes to a place where we started, we already had that. So we never rented out a space. So we were lucky in that department. So my business partner lended his property and we used his commercial property. When it comes to an area, I think nothing more than, for the starting bit of it, you don't need more than 500 square feet of an area to start the business with. That will keep, basic machinery and people to sit. You can have a cutting table in that area. And we also, for our own convenience, we had a separate place for our artisans to sleep and sit and take a rest in. So it was completely in-house for us. So the setup, basically, I am talking about a setup which was more than about 700 square feet. But you can start with a humble space of 500 square feet. It will do the job. So machinery would probably cost you about 30 to 50,000. The initial setup of machinery, which you can resell also later if it doesn't work out. But that is the initial bit of it. I would also advise people to save a chunk of money for later on, because people, when they start a business now, they usually think about only the end product. They think, okay, fine, we have to make something, we have to source materials, but they don't think about the time when the business will not pick up, because the moment you launch, it will not start selling. So you need to save money for probably running ads, for setting up a website, for getting some paperwork done. So you have to, I think, ideally keep 1 lakh aside for that, only for that.
Okay.
And in case you don't have a setup of your own, in case you want to save that bit, you want to save that money, then there are a lot of manufacturing units. Like I am serving as a manufacturing unit for other parties also. So people can come up to those manufacturing units, and then they, can get their samples made from us. And we give them a bulk quotation also. So in that way, they don't have to go through the hassle of hiring artisans, getting the work done, because we will act as the manufacturer for them. So I have seen in bag manufacturing, there are 2 types of business models. One is that you have it in-house, and the other is that you go to a manufacturing unit and get the work done. There are pros and cons
So
of both the things.
you mean like both model will work? Like say, you mean like design also they people do for us? So like consider like I want to do the big design business. I don't have the expertise. Neither I am designer nor I am having the education like you. So, but like, see, to what I understand with your experience is like, I have to design the product, and another I have to manufacture it.
Right.
So
the designing bit is basically, if you want to be subtle with your designs, I don't think आपको इतना problem आएगा. Agar you're very choosy, you really want to do something offbeat, that is when you need a designer. But you want to have basic bags, basic setup. For example, आपको कल जाके आप बोलो कि मुझे वेजिटेबल थैलास होते हैं जो, उसका वेंडर बनना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको बनाना, तो वो बेसिक डिजाइन है. आप एक सैंपल सोर्स कर सकते हैं, आप उसमें चेंजेस बता सकते हैं. यू गो टू अ मैन्युफैक्चरर, यू शो देम द सैंपल, यू एक्सप्लेन टू देम दिस इज द सैंपल, दिस इज हाउ आई वांट द प्रोडक्ट टू बी, बट दीज आर द चेंजेस आई हैव इन माय माइंड. तो वो आपके लिए एज अ नॉन डिजाइनर आई एम श्योर यू विल बी एबल टू डू इट. इट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. बट इफ यू नीड समथिंग विच इज अ लिटिल ऑफबीट, जिसका शेप डिफरेंट है, जिसका पूरा स्क्रैच से आपको बनाना पड़ेगा, दैट इज व्हेन यू नीड टू आइदर sketch everything and explain it to the person. You have to either explain it to the karigar, or you have to either explain it to the manufacturer. Either way, you have to break it down for them, because उनके लिए वो नया product हो जाएगा. But if you're not from designing background, it is not a problem. You can start your business. I have a lot of friends who don't have a degree from NIP, but they're doing really well in their life. So don't be disheartened if you want to get into the designing field and you don't have a degree. Don't be.
Understand. So this is nice information, guys. See, like Oshina ji had made bottom simple for you people. Just have your design. That design you no need to have it. You go in a market, search the bag. If you like the bag, go and copy them. So that option, like she is saying, of course, like it should not be very complicated. Then the manufacturer will not able to do it. So if it is a simple bag, you can go and copy that bag, give to manufacturer. They will manufacture for you. and the other thing will know with her. So,
But
okay.
I
So
would like to just add that thing that basically don't copy it as it is. I would not want that also. But you know, you can obviously have an inspiration, because usually when you go to manufacturing units, they always ask for a dummy. कि आपको जो exactly चाहिए उससे कुछ मिलता जुलता है or something like that. So you can always say, you know, material ऐसा होना चाहिए. This is what I want. This is so
Okay,
have some
yeah.
samples with you so that he's able to be at least a little clear in his head. Then obviously
Okay.
you can start from there.
So I understand. I'll modify here. Like you inspire from some product, and with that product you add your own values. If you keep copying exactly same, then you may not able to compete with the person who is already doing similar activity,
Right.
because he is doing in a numbers of product. You may not able to compete with him, but you come up
Right.
with your some idea, you change material, you change your design, then you go ahead with that. So who is the customer? Say now what I understand, like we don't need much money. Even like you spent like around 6 lakh rupees in the beginning, but with your the knowledge you shared with us, that says like initial money is not required much. Only like we may have to go to manufacturer, and we can ask them to design it. They will design for us. Now who is the customer? Like how to reach customer or how to sell them? What is the method for that?
So I am selling through e-commerce platforms. I had launched my products on my website, and then I also got listed on a lot of platforms like Amazon, Flipkart. You know, they give a lot of exposure because they have been in this industry for a very long time. They have a big customer base. So I would say when you launch a design-oriented company, at least I would say, you can definitely get yourself listed on these platforms. But before you launch or before you get yourself listed on these platforms, you have to keep a few things in mind. For example, you have to have when it comes to pricing, you need to figure out that these platforms charge commissions. So while you come up with a product, if I want to sell a product at a particular amount, then on those platforms they have a fee attached to every product that they are able to sell on your behalf. So while you have to do that calculation in the starting stage of the manufacturing itself, that this is one particular commission which Amazon will take no matter what. This is what Flipkart will take. Also, people assume that the moment they will launch their brand, it will start selling. It will not happen like that. It does not happen. I need to keep correcting people. There are people who would be like, "Yeah, launch kar diya, bik nahi raha hai. What to do?" So it will not sell like that. Customers don't know you. They don't know about your brand. Why will they put their money into your product? You need to tell them what you are, who you are, from where have you come. You're not a fraud, right? You need to build that trust. So it happens over a period of time. For us, it took about 6 months. We did a lot of mistakes in that time. Trust me on that. But on the 6th month, we were already listed on Nykaa. We were doing good enough on Amazon and Flipkart. So we figured what are the kind of products that are selling well. आप उसमें अपने prices tweak करो. You have to figure out कौन से prices पे मेरा product pick हो रहा है. Do I need to put a discount? Do I need to change my return policy? Things have to be worked on. ये पूरा trial and error वाला phase होता है starting में. And बाद में बेचने के लिए to run an e-commerce business, I think you need to have some expertise in running ads also. So you need to try, but you have to learn.
You mean
how to
digital? You mean digital ad, right? Digital marketing.
Yeah, you need to run. Yeah, you need to know a little bit. I am not from an advertisement background, so I learned. Like I said, it took us 6 months to learn all that. We did our trials. So like I said, I had saved that money, which people don't save. So we use that money in running ads and doing our trials.
So it seems like our customer are sitting online, and like we have to approach them online. It seems like that, right?
Right. We have tried offline platforms as well, but they don't work. You get limited in that. So I will not be able to comment on how offline platforms work, but I know about online platforms. वहाँ पे आपको trial and error करना पड़ेगा, and you have to keep those commissions and logistics in mind. People don't care about return policies. There are people who would place COD orders and they will not accept those orders. So, your money will get wasted. You have to have that money with you so that you can bear all those losses as well.
Mhm. Okay, guys, see here, like what Oshina ji is saying, like it's not like simple you go and made your bags. After making bag, you have to sell them. When it come to sale, the biggest platform currently, you have to go through the online method for selling. When you go that online platform, that is having its own learnings. I will not say challenge, it will say learning. So it's having own learning. So you need to learn like what price, how much that commission you have to add it up. If you increase too high price or too low price, so in both way you are losing it. So that all you have to learn in a step by step. So be
Right.
ready, be open for it. And the time consuming, consider you some customer place COD and like they not accept it. It all together took 1 month of time when your product again reached to you. And correct, right? It may take like 1 month of time to product
In
reach.
fact, there is one more thing I want to add here. When this is something which I get asked a lot, that how do you get listed on these platforms, right? Like for Amazon, Flipkart, these platforms, you need to just fill up a form. You have to upload your documents, and you're good to go. But there are a lot of platforms which are curated. So again, here you need somebody who can make a catalog for you or a lookbook for you. And you have to approach these platforms through your lookbook. You have to send them an email. They will shortlist your product. They will shortlist your brand. If they like it, only then they will list you. Otherwise, they won't. So this is for platforms like Nykaa. They will not. This is for platforms like Myntra as well. So Myntra पे आप जाके ऐसी listing नहीं करा पाओगे. They have this whole setup of people who look at your products, who ask for your products. उनका QC होता है. There's a quality check for which the products go. If you pass that quality check, then they send you an agreement. You might not like the agreement. You might want to change. You have to go through that. You need to ask your, somebody who has a good knowledge of, paperwork, be it a CA, CS for your company. You need to ask them before signing these papers. And eventually, uske baad hi, you can think of, that is like one step. एक बार आप list हुए उसके बाद selling is another problem because it's not like you're there. That means you will start getting sales. Even there, you have to be very patient.
Good. See, it's a guys. This is a deeper learning. You, of course, you can also get it, but you may need to burn lot of money or lot of time, or otherwise see what she is saying. Just believe on her word to word. She is saying, listen this thing and try to understand. This is like a key words for you. So now I'll ask the next question. Like, any what kind of challenges you face in this much of time, like maybe 2 month or 3 month time, or what mistake you had committed, like that can be avoided, like if something you mentioned that.
One thing was definitely like we assumed that we start selling immediately, right? Like I said, we thought, okay, fine, if we're launching in February, we'll start selling in February. So that didn't happen. For the 6 months that our business didn't pick up, we had a very, I will not say very tense atmosphere, but we were having our thoughts of probably, not continuing with this business. Probably this is not picking well. There is a phase of self-doubt when your product does not sell well. So that is a very difficult phase which, you need to pass. And you have to keep trying because it is a big market. When it comes to fashion, it is a big market. We live in India. We have different types of people. We have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities. So I assumed that, my product would sell only in tier 1 market, right? So these were my assumptions. But because we did a lot of trials and errors, we figured that, okay, our product sells well in tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. We've not put our focus on those cities. So we tried to refocus. Then we also, were able to figure out, okay, there are some certain prices which were not working out for us. So, we went back, we did the whole, changes in our manufacturing. We came up with a better price plan and that worked out for us. These are the few initial mistakes that we did. When it comes to lockdown, everyone knows what happened to all the businesses. So nobody was expecting that. But thankfully, by that time, we had learned so much. And we had faced so many ups and downs in the business that we had saved a chunk of money, for such times. So that money really helped us. A lot of businesses that I know were flourishing really well, but because of they not saving a chunk of money for difficult times, they had to shut down, even though they were very promising businesses. So I think this is something that people should learn. The pandemic has taught us a lot of things. And on a personal level, I feel that you need to focus on your mental health. When you start a business, you go crazy. You don't think about your own self. That starts reflecting in your business. So you need to start, you need to learn to take breaks. That helps in productivity.
Good. It's a nice thing. It's a very, very core information you are sharing. So definitely it will help. So how much time you are giving? Like you are full time. Of course, you are involved in this business, right?
Yeah.
So
full-time,
like,
full-time.
can anyone do this business part time? Like if they are in working somewhere, can they do the part time this business?
I think for part time, it could be with people who don't have their own manufacturing unit, because you have to be fully involved when you're putting up that much amount of money, because you need to make sure the people you have hired are working. They can make a fool out of you. We've been there, done that. So if you have your own setup, you need to be fully involved. But if you are getting your manufacturing done from somewhere else, then of course it gives you the time to focus on other things. That can be definitely your part-time thing. You can just figure out, okay, this is the kind of profit I'm making per piece. You can take up bulk orders. There are a lot of corporate orders that we take, and I believe that there is a lot of scope where you will save a lot of time, because you have to get just one sample made, and you can earn in bulk, right? So that does not require a lot of time. It would require a set of obviously investment, because you will have to put in that money in the manufacturing bit of it. But I think in that case, it's not full-time required. You just get the client, okay, fine, this is where the manufacturing happens. This is the client which is looking for something like that. And this is the profit I can make in between, being the middleman. So get that execution done and you earn that money.
Understood. So guys, this part-time also possible. Only thing is like you should have the connection. So where to sell your product, you should be knowing. How much employment you produce? Like how many people is with you currently?
We have 21 artisans under us. They're all full-time. And we have one person right now who's doing our admin work. So he takes care of all the order management and processing bit of it. We have 2 packing people who are just dedicated to just packing full day. So, and I have one partner with me. So he takes care of the finance bit of it, and I take care of the manufacturing and the micro managing of it. Out of the 21 artisans, we have one person who is a headmaster.
So like maybe in 3 years you produce around 20 plus jobs. So that is a great thing.
In 2 years we were able to produce that much. Yeah.
So how much standing cost like per month you are getting with your current setup? Or the same question I will ask in
the
one.
Overheads.
Yeah.
Overheads would be anywhere about 2.5 to 3 lakhs.
Really?
That is the overhead with the kind of setup we've done now. Obviously, the starting was not like this. That was when we started with just 3 lakhs and 3 lakhs, 6 lakhs. Mein humne start kiya tha. But right now we are able to sell that many products that we have to recruit that many people. We have to take care of those overhead charges.
So like in. Okay, I'll before going for next question, I'll say something. So what you had done is like, of course, apart from your education, you had done, you design the product, then you wait for maybe 5-6 months of time to start selling your product in a platform, online platform, and then you grown up to a level where currently like maybe around 2 years or 2.5 years. So you reach up to a stage where like you employed maybe 20 plus people with you. So in financial term, like how far you reached, like in how much you gain in 2.5 years?
We started from a day when we had no orders on a day, and now we have reached a state where we are able to easily sell about 100 to 250 orders a day. So that is the kind of business we are doing. So when it comes to 21 artisans, we are taking up corporate orders also in that. Those 21 artisans are able to do everything. They are able to do our own manufacturing and other people's manufacturing as well. And yeah, that's about it. We are able to sell about 100 and 250 orders per day. That is our
So in term of numbers, like how much you had done maybe last financial year?
in last financial year we were able to touch to 4 CR. Now we're expecting more in this financial year, but I hope the third wave doesn't happen, because that would just change the maths.
Yeah. So like what all the government major policies are there which help, like how much is the taxation behind it, or like tell about the government policies or taxation.
So I'm a female entrepreneur. That gives a lot of benefits. If you go by policies, if you want to apply for a loan, I didn't apply for a loan ever, but if there is somebody who wants to apply for a loan and she's a female entrepreneur, then a lot of policies keep coming and going. You have to keep, stay in touch with your CA. He would be able to guide you better. Another thing is people, we are a tax-paying company. So I would advise when somebody starts a business like that, they have to research that which kind of company they want to begin with. We went ahead and we got ourselves registered under private limited. So that adds a lot of responsibilities on us as a company, because a lot of compliance gets added when you start a private limited company. We also took GST in the first year itself. Later on, I was told that if I wouldn't have taken a GST, I was just doing my business of probably till 25 lakhs, I could have avoided the GST altogether. So these are a few tips and tricks which you need to figure out that, okay, fine, these are the kind of concessions I have. So you don't have to immediately apply for a GST. You can save on that, because once you start applying for GST, you have to monthly, keep putting in the money and give it to your CA to file that GST. So that would save a lot of time. You have to figure out if you are a small business, if you're starting on a very small note, I think you should go ahead and start with a proprietorship and not with a private limited. There is something called as trademark. You need to research on that. That safeguards you from a lot of fraud, because your products become exclusive. And you have to register yourself under MSME. MSME is a policy in which, in case I take up bulk orders, or in case there is a payment which has to come after a particular period of cycle. For example, I'm listed on Amazon or Flipkart, right? So people assume that the moment I will sell my product, the money will get credited into my account. It does not happen like that. You have to wait for a 15-day cycle. So if I am able to sell on the 10th of the month, on the 25th of the month, I will get that payment. So till that time, a return can happen, a damage can happen, a lot of things can happen, right? So there have been times during COVID, in fact, where our payments got stuck. And if you are registered under a MSME, which is a government scheme, that gets you the benefit, because the vendors have to pay you within 45 days of the invoice raised. So they cannot run away from giving you the payment that you want. That will help you. So people need to understand these are the few things that they need to register themselves in, and read your contracts, agreements, because there are a lot of times when there is one particular government scheme, for example, there is TDS that you have to pay, and you end up signing an agreement where you are the one who is supposed to pay the TDS. Then your money gets stuck every time the time of TDS will come. Your money will get stuck. You will have to run for the reimbursement from the company. These are the things which depend from platform to platform. But I think when you start a business, you need to learn about GST, company inception, trademarks, MSME, like I said. And you need to figure out what are the new plans that are coming up if you're talking about loans and things like that.
Good. Like, this is amazing information you had shared, guys. So when you are registering your company, take care what you are doing, which type of company you are registering, how much responsibility you are taking on your head. Then it comes to GST, and like you can skip for initial of your trade, and you don't need to take immediately GST.
Right.
Like maybe up to you do like 20-25 lakh business, till then you can skip it. And when you are growing more than that, like, then you no need to worry. It already, then you are having an intelligence to produce more money, so you can take it beyond that. Good, Oshina ji, you had shared lot of very good information. So in this section, I have only last question, like anything you want to say to our young generation, so you can say, then we'll move to next question, next section.
Young generation, I think they have a lot of ideas in their mind. They're very creative. I mean, sometimes I look at people who are younger than me, and sometimes I just look at the younger generation. You know, I mean, I'm just 28, but if I look at a 25-year-old, I feel very old now. You know, and that is because they have so much creativity in their mind. There are people whom I know who are not from a designing background, and I know for a fact that they could do so much better because they have ideas.
Yes.
So I think for the younger generation, they have the benefit of technology. Always, they are tech savvy people, so they can do a lot of things which we don't know, or it took us time to understand. I would just ask them to not panic. If you start a business, this is something which I've seen in even young people, or even people who are, mature, older than me, but they're not able to handle criticism, they're not able to handle failure. And that is one big learning that I have learned, that I was somebody who could not take criticism. I was somebody, who used to be like, no, I know about this more than you. I just shut people up. People should not do that. Learn, try to hear out everyone. You can come to the decision later on, but I think this is something that people should learn. People should respect. It is important. It's the most important thing. But people should start saving money. And I did that in the initial year of my, when I was working, and that helped me. If I would have wasted money on, on random things, I wouldn't have been here. So I think respect money, respect the resources that you have. Learn to take criticism, learn to learn, and I think stay humble. No matter what you do, you need to stay humble. You need to stay grounded.
Good. It's very nice round we had. You had shared a lot of information with people, and I'm sure like people will be getting lot of information with this, and definitely we will able to change at least some of the life. Let's see like how it goes. So we'll move to next section. In next section I will start like had you seen any dream and like that come true?
A dream that came true?
Yeah, may not be related to your business, maybe your personal, or maybe your anything, whichever you want to share.
I think I'll tell you something. This sounds very filmy to people, but every time people ask me in college, what do you see, in 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, I just told them one thing. I want to be sitting, and this is something which everyone needs to practice. That you're sitting and you feel like, are you happy? If you're able to answer that question with a yes, I think that is your dream come true. I'm telling you, because we as humans keep chasing our goals. Okay, we set a goal like, oh, I need to earn sports, 5 years down the line. You will earn 5 crores down the line, even then you will not be happy because you will change your goal. So I think you need to make goals, but at the same time, make goals in your personal life as well, that you need to stay happy, you need to keep, maintain relations. This is something that I feel that I have achieved in the last 1 year. Before the first lockdown happened, I was not focusing a lot on my mental health. Like I said, I had a lot of anxiety issues. I used to work day and night. So lockdown gave me the time to rethink, reevaluate how I work, focus on mental health, on taking care of myself. And I feel much better now. I'm able to focus more on my business. My business has actually blossomed during that time. So I think my dream come true is definitely, to have a business of my own, but at the same time enjoy it. And I'm enjoying it right now.
So you thought like maybe sometime back you thought and you dreamed it like you will have business, and that is came true like that you're saying?
That is true. Definitely. I wanted to do something in the design field when I was a kid. So I grew up. Then I obviously had this that I want to do something of my own. So I'm doing that. I'm happy. I'm very happy in that.
Understood. Okay, so we are almost coming to end of our interview. So what is your business plan? Like maybe another next 2 year, like how you see yourself in coming
So
2
we
years?
plan to expand our vertical. We don't want to be just a bags brand. We want to get into more verticals like home decor and home furnishing. We want to get into apparels, and we've been working on that. So we've been sampling, and we would be launching our home decor collection very soon. We also plan to get listed on a lot of platforms. We have already signed the agreements. So I'm waiting for the final things to just go live, and then I will announce it. Another thing is we want to work on our menswear collection, because we've been focusing primarily on the women's section. We've been getting a lot of feedback that people want us to be in the men's section as well. And thirdly, I think we would want to go international. Because Modern Myth is a brand which is handcrafted by Indian craftsmen, and I want to take it international. I want my brand to be a representation of Make in India globally. So that is my plan for the next 5 years.
You see, you are having all sorts of resource available. Your design is awesome design you have. I had displayed here, and it's amazing thing. Definitely you can achieve it. Even like in the past, we had interviewed Anubhav ji. He is a founder of Jilly. So he had shown many method to how to export. Although like he is not in the segment you are in. He is in a masala and something, but like he shown lot of great path, like how you can export, what you can do, how you can get the license and other parts. So definitely you will be achieving it. So I'm very much sure, and you have very clear goals. This is like related to your business. So guys, till here we had understand about the business, like how to start, how to do, how much you have to invest, how much you can earn, how much time you have to give, how much time you need to sell your first product, and so many things she had shared. That all is a core experience. Either you do it yourself and learn it, or listen her what she is saying. Both, either way is fine, the way you choose. So then like she had shared her like coming business plan also, like what she's saying. Now I'll ask, like, if someone want to connect with you, or if they want to sell your product, how they can connect or sell your product? Does you have any possibility?
If you want to sell, if people want to give us corporate orders, or connect with us as a stock listing partner, they want to sell our products on their platform. So we always encourage people to send us an email, and the email ID is saurabh@modernmyth.in. You can also drop us a message on our WhatsApp number, which is already there on the website. You can also get connected with us on our social media handle on Instagram or on Facebook. We've been taking a lot of orders on social media as well when it comes to bulk orders also. If they just want to buy our products like a customer, I think they can shop our products from our own website. You can also find us on other platforms like Nykaa Fashion, Amazon, Flipkart, Ajio. We're slowly getting listed on more platforms. I will obviously not be disclosing it right now. That's going to be a surprise. But yes, so I think on online platforms you'll be able to find us very easily. For getting connected with us directly, you can drop us an email on Saurabh's ID, saurabh@modernmyth.in.
Good. This is nice. So we are concluding our interview. Like only last 2 questions. Anything you want to say to upcoming people or your business? Anybody? Anything you want to say? It's up to you. And this is my second last question. Anything you want to say? It's over to you.
Just believe in yourself. Respect the resources that you have. Plan everything. And by planning, I don't mean just the product, just the brand, just the name, just a social media page, because that's what people assume business is all about. It is much more than that. It is very complicated. Learn about it, research on it, speak to people who are in the business. They'll be able to tell you things you've not read before, you're not able to find on the internet. There is much more beyond the internet that is happening. So find that out. Also, people should stop only researching about success stories. They should also learn from a lot of failure stories, so that they'll be able to figure out what went wrong in their business plan. So this is what I'm going to tell everyone, that everything needs to be researched. Don't just look at the good parts of it, look at the bad parts also, and then make your decision.
Good, Oshina ji. This is nice. All information what you share, it's very amazing. That's all we concluded. So this is last question. Any other business do you think like that is also having a good potential in coming year, like as per your
I
understanding?
believe on a personal level, this is good for developers, software developers. I feel a lot of apps can be developed. There are a lot of segments in Indian market when it comes to services. COVID taught us one thing that we probably have people who are manufacturing something, but we have people who want that product, but they're not able to connect with those people. So, like you see how Zomato is working well, how Paytm was able to work so good, in Indian market, how Uber has been working really well in the Indian market. That's because they are they are acting as a connecting point. And I feel such apps have a lot of scope in the Indian market now. We have a lot of people, but we don't know how to connect with them. And such apps have a lot of scope. So I think that people should research on what all is missing.
It's
and
really
come up with
amazing.
such
It's
apps.
really amazing. See guys, this is another thing, like you leave all entire interview one side, but what she said in a last, that itself is a business for you. Just think what she is saying. It's amazing. Oshina ji, we really feeling like privileged to talk to you, and like I'm by heart I'm grateful to like you given your time, and definitely it will help somebody, and somebody upcoming all generation will get benefit with it. So I'm very grateful for you. So thanks for your time.
I hope so. I'm grateful to you for having me on the show, for inviting me.
Thanks.
Thank you. Lovely speaking to you.